trying to check or something.
I've been really in the field, let up, yeah. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately I just wanna run it up.
Yeah. Kinda check or something.
Lately I just wanna run it up.
Count that too, count it up, yeah. Count it up.
Lately I just wanna run it up.
Need them ones, I need them fives. Need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Revan now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit.
I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately I just wanna run it up.
Big Game James in the building with Boss Cowboys.
What's going on,
it, man?
What's up, dog? What's going on? How you doing?
Man, chilling, man. It's a good day, and you know, Big Game James, you know him. He early.
Yeah.
He ready to talk. Man. We got a quality college prospect in the building. We go talk ball with him. Let's introduce him.
Where's he at? I can't see him. There you go. Mr. Donte Martin from the University of New Mexico, the Lobos. Y'all know the Lobos, right? You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember them Lobos? Who famous came from the Lobos? Somebody good, somebody really famous. Who came from the Lobos?
Brian Urlacher.
There it is. See, my man, see, he ain't know his football. He already got Brian Urlacher. We may got Michael Parsons, who could be a part two. And guess what? We may need another cornerback next year, and he's eligible, so you never know what can happen. You feel me? But no, we got my guy, Donte Martin, courtesy of Mr. KMT. I talked to KMT, Mr. Kyle. I don't know how to say Texera. I don't know how to say the last name KMT, so I apologize. But we have been talking back and forth. He said, I got somebody that you may want to talk to, and I said, okay. So we talked back and forth. I checked out the tape. I said, oh yeah, let's bring him on. So we got Mr. Martin on. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm blessed. Another day, living life. Can't complain.
All right. Well, let's jump right into it, man. You know, you're at the University of New Mexico. You're a redshirt junior, correct?
Yeah. I guess you could say that.
Because
I still, because I got another year back, but yeah.
Okay, so talk about that right quick, because I know they redshirted you, but you played like the last 3 games of the season, even in your redshirt year.
Yeah. So I think someone had got injured my freshman year, my redshirt year. So then they had brought me up, but I didn't see the field on defense. I just played special teams on kickoff. But then I had still got my redshirt. Yeah.
Okay, so really, it was like that redshirt freshman year where you turned up. You had you were like in the top 5 in completions against. You really made your mark in those 12 games that you played as a freshman. You played a lot of offense coming out of high school. Did you want to make that switch, or was it kind of like, you know what, we might be crowded at receiver, let's switch to defense? What was your kind of thoughts when you came out of high school? Did you want to stay at offense, or were you thinking about playing defense when you came to college as well?
So actually, the coaches, when they recruited me, they gave me the option. They were like, do I want to play receiver or cornerback? And I like cornerback more than like offense, so that's why I went with that. And I feel like I have the most chance to be great at corner than receiver.
Okay. Now let me ask you, what's your actual height?
5'10".
5'10". All right. Mm-hmm. So your first year, you led all University of New Mexico defensive backs, limiting the quarterbacks to 46 completion percentage against. Only 39 of 84 people were completing, these quarterbacks were completing this many passes against you. What was kind of your technique? Was it really the scheme, or did y'all play a lot of man-to-man? Did you play a lot of zone? How did you get this really great opposing completion percentage against you with these college quarterbacks and these college teams out there?
So I would say that our defense, my redshirt freshman year is a lot different from the defense that we play now. I feel like the defense that we play now is a lot more aggressive, so it allows you to play more aggressive. But with our defense, my redshirt freshman year, I don't know. I just played patient. It wasn't pretty hard to play in that defense. It was just you had more of an understanding of the game and what was coming at you, and I felt like I had that. I had a lot of patience, and my man technique allowed me to prosper, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
I noticed something. I was watching your game, and we talked about it a little bit earlier before the show. One of the things that I noticed about your game is that you do a great job of playing through the receiver's hands, and you don't panic. And we've been seeing that for the Dallas Cowboys. We've seen some cornerbacks, to me, they panic when the ball is in the air. I kind of want you to walk through, without, I guess, spilling too much of your secrets, but just more so kind of like having the mentality to know how to play the ball the way that you do.
I just feel like it's a thing even before the play. Like, your mindset has to be like that you're better than the guy that's across from you. Like, you have the will and the mind to dominate that matchup. So I know when the ball is coming my way, and I knew that that season, my redshirt freshman, because I was a redshirt freshman starting at cornerback. Another one was a senior, so I knew that I was going to get more targets than him the whole season, and I was glad that I got more targets because I got to prove myself that the ball shouldn't be thrown my way. And when the ball's in the air, I don't panic because I've been doing this my whole life, so it doesn't really change anything.
People panic though, man. People do.
Yeah,
panic.
yeah. You say you've been doing all life until that. You're right.
Sure.
Tell them, boss, you play cornerback. That ball in the
Yes.
air. People say that until
Man.
that ball in the air, you trailing.
It's a mentality, brother. And let us give us your flowers, brother. Now, man, because because see, y'all need to check him out, man. Like, really look him up. Because see, we don't talk to everybody, and we don't try to talk to everybody. This boy can play.
Right.
And one of the things I like about you when I watch you, because I watch more of your highlight, I haven't really just broke you down all the way yet, but I saw the things like you're very patient, you're consistent on your read step, so you don't panic. I saw that you turn well, and we talked about before the show.
Tracks the ball.
He's a good cheater too, Big Games. He cheats so well. He's a good cheater. Let me explain that. I really want to explain that because I don't want people to think I'm saying anything bad. So there's a certain way to be aggressive, but not flagrant. And he's very aggressive, but he doesn't panic and just swipe way too early. He's timely. Can you talk about that just a little bit?
I can go through like a whole play basically. So when I'm starting off on the field, I would, based on the receiver speed or how fast I feel like the person can come up on me, I'll change my leverage or how far I'm away from the person from like 5 or 9. So if someone's faster than me, I'll stay at 9 and I won't move until I get that 3 read-steps on the quarterback to see what he's gonna do with it. And then when the ball's coming, I know, like, if you gonna swipe at somebody, you should punch instead of swiping, because swiping can allow the ball to go through a window in a certain amount of time, and punching through someone's hands will allow them not to catch the ball or even get a fully extend. Or you should always play their top shoulder too, because it's harder to catch a ball like this than rather than catching a ball like that. I get you just said.
Man.
See, that's good breakdown. That's what we need more. Because see, will we be hearing about that other stuff? We just be hearing about, okay, well, we playing press coverage or we playing cover 2. No, we want to hear the initial steps. We want to see what that cornerback is seeing when you're actually on the field, because it makes a difference. Now, I want to ask you something. You had some good matchups. I believe it was 2019. One in particular, what Boss was talking about when you went against Chase Claypool. I seen a couple times. I think there was one end zone pass where they could have called pass interference. It wasn't really because y'all both were kind of fighting, but to Boss's point, you were trailing that ball in the air, but there was a couple times you swiped at his hands at the right time, and that enabled him to lose that kind of track of the ball in the air. It was an incomplete pass. Great pass defense. So I think that's what if Boss is talking about and what you're talking about. I saw a little bit of it on that deep pass to that. And one more thing, so that whole year, what was Claypool one of your toughest matchups, or who was one of your toughest matchups going through the whole year?
I would say. I can say I'll give you my top three. So I would say Claypool from Notre Dame, then I would say AGG from Liberty, and then I would say Trey Walker from San Jose State.
Now, those three guys, break them down right quick. Why were they your toughest guys to go against?
So Claypool, he's big, but he also has speed. I believe he ran like a
4.45.
4.45, yeah.
Electronic.
Yeah. So I didn't even know he was that fast because on the scouting report before the game, it didn't even say he was fast. So I was like, okay. So I was trying to play him a little bit slower, but I noticed in the first quarter, so I was like, he can get up on me pretty quick, so I had to back up a little bit.
Yeah,
but then
because they scouted him as a basketball player. I remember that. I remember that. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
And then for AGG from Liberty, my redshirt year we had played Liberty, but we played him at home at our house, and he had gone for like 200 plus and like 4 touchdowns on one of our best corners. I had already known for coming into that game that I was gonna already have a matchup with him. Yeah, it was crazy.
Hey, I gotta ask you a question real quick, because I play corn. I got my opinion. I'm not gonna lead the witness. I'm not gonna lead the witness on this one. But I want you to set the record straight. Which one would you rather go against, size or route runner quickness? Elite.
I would say size.
I'm trying to tell people, man. Yes.
They don't want to deal with them short. But see, here's the thing, though, boss, not to cut you off.
Yeah.
When we talked about how the receivers were getting bigger and bigger as the years went on, if you saw this past season, I think in the first round, like they think the top 3 or 4 receivers were under 6 foot. So I think the Tyreek Hill is breaking that mold that you don't have to be this 6'2", 6'3" receiver. If you got some speed and you're still a 5'10" guy and you have some really good wheels, it's going to put a lot of pressure on that defense. And you say it right there. I mean, you got a cornerback and he's playing a guy who's about 5'9" and he's running a 4.3. I would think you'd be a little bit more nervous than somebody 6'4". You feel what I'm saying? Because that quickness in them hips.
I'm sorry. I want people to understand, because they look at me like an old man now, big. They like, you played a long time ago, right?
Right.
So he's a current All-American, good player who's telling people as a competitor it's harder to go against elite quickness than size, So just keep that in our banks. So when we talk football in the future, just remember Donte, who's competing against Claypools. So anyway, you know what I mean? But go ahead. You had the third receiver you was getting ready to break down.
Oh yeah, so Trey Walker from San Jose State. All right, coming into the game, he wasn't their fastest receiver. I believe number 84 was Bailey Gatherer. But I wasn't matched up against him. I was matched up on the other side because I believe that season we only played sides. So I played the right side. The senior played the left side. So I already knew I was going to be going up against Trey Walker the whole game. And I watched some of his tape a little bit. I already saw that he knows how to play well with the ball in the air. And he proved that this last season too against us. But I wasn't playing then because I had COVID.
All right.
Well, that ain't good. Yeah, well, I'm glad you
Yeah.
got past that. That's a big thing. But just you talking about that, because I remember you said one thing before. You said this scheme is different. The scheme when my freshman year was different, and now just saying that you were playing sides. Are you saying more this scheme now that you're playing in is not more of you're playing a side, but you can match up, or you can match up guys one on one. You can take maybe his guy the best player on the field. I'm the best cornerback. I can match up with him. Is it more that type of a defense now for you?
For this defense, 'cause since it's under Rocky Long, it's more of like we can change sides. We really don't follow anybody, but I believe the coaches thought it was like if it was a big enough a problem, then we could easily just match people up against somebody. But we like to play our defense more of like the offense has to adjust to us than us adjusting to the offense.
Okay. So you're more attacking, like you were talking about.
Yeah.
Do you ever go on blitzes? Have you ever been sent on blitzes?
Actually, yeah. This year, this past year, the COVID year, that's when I got my first sack off a blitz off the edge.
Oh, okay. How'd you like that?
It felt good, especially for a quarterback getting a sack. Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Did you go back in when you're going off the field and say, hey, coach, hey, throw that more in the package right there. Get me in that package where you can send me on blitzes. Because, hey, guess what? Dallas Cowboys got a guy your size named Jordan Lewis, and he's one of the best blitzers on the team. I mean, I think, 2019, he had like 4 sacks, and he had blitzers on the team. So I think it's good because people are not going to be expecting somebody who may be on a smaller stature who's going to send on a blitz, and it'd be a good play. Now, I want to ask you one other thing. You played a lot on the outside, okay? Now, let's say the draft is getting ready to come up, all right? They're going to look at your size. We see it time and time again. If you're 5'10", if you're 5'11", they're automatically going to try to put you in the slot. We see it all the time. Now, I know you're going to tell me I'm an outside corner, but is that your best position? Can you slide in the slot, or do you feel like I could be a really good slot corner, or a team who's drafting you? Would you say I'm an outside corner and I can really play that position?
See, that's the same. I've been thinking about that too because one of my old teammates he got picked up by he went undrafted. He got picked up by the Patriots. D'Angelo Ross. And he's strictly outside corner during actually no, he played outside, but then they moved him inside when we played certain teams during our season. I believe against New Mexico State, he had matched up against the guy inside because the guy was faster. But I feel like with my technique and when I was watching him when I was younger, trying to match his footwork, I believe I can compete at anywhere on the field, honestly. Inside the slot too, because I feel like I can match up well against fast people because I know how to take away their speed.
Right. Okay.
And if I haven't looked at your arm length, man. How long are your arms, man? God damn.
My arm.
Shit. Damn.
Yeah, my arms are pretty long. Yeah.
See, and that's one thing.
Well, see, that's what it is right there. Because
Right.
even, not to cut you off, boss, but that's what we've been talking about, even with Dan Quinn or even when they had Chris Richard. You may be shorter, but if you got the long arms, that's what it matters. Because me and you even talk, boss, you're like 5'10", around the 5'11" height. And we said it before. I think that the best cornerback coming out would be a 5'11" guy with long arms and good speed, because you got the quickness, the hips, you can stay underneath them, you can get underneath that receiver and break that ball up. I mean, I just feel like when you look at Darrelle Revis, you look at the Ty Laws, you look at a lot of those great cornerbacks, they're around that 5'10", 6 foot. They're around that range.
And then another thing is also the total. Like, people kind of get caught up in height, in my opinion, when it's a lot of things that make a play. Timing, people that can high point, people that have the advantage on vertical, that adds inches, arm length. It's way more than just he's 5'10". Like, go watch y'all look him up. You go see somebody excellent when that ball is in the air. Don't panic. We see a lot of panic. We're not throwing people under the bus, but come on now. Let's just be honest. We see a lot of panic all the time, man. And we talked. He talked about something, and that's why this is a great guest. Thank you, Big Game James. This is a good one because we talking real football, just good football talk. He talked about upfield shoulder, right? Playing on that upfield shoulder. I want him to elaborate on that, but I'm gonna say just a little bit on that. Some of our players right now have a problem playing on the upfield shoulder, and it makes them panic. So when you hear him say stuff like, I know how to take away your speed, this is a corner who understands leverage, timing, read steps, stuff like, I'm gonna play at 9 because you're fast and make you come to me and I don't have to panic. But he's breaking all that down because this is a technical player. So it's one of those things that even when you get a guest like this, listen to what he's saying and then go compare it to what we have. And you'll see some players are not playing on that upfield shoulder, which makes them panic. They always chasing, you know. Can you elaborate just a little bit on upfield shoulder play and how that gives you the advantage on speed?
Outfield, if you play an outfield, it gives you advantage on anybody. It doesn't matter if it's speed or if they're just a bigger person. Right. Like if they can play side, they know how to box you out. Because when you're having someone's upfield shoulder, it's really just eliminating them into their offhand. I wouldn't say offhand, but I'll say it's eliminating them from getting a spectacular catch off of one hand on you. Right. And you can say you can even be swiping his hand when you're running with him, so it slows him down too. And you're able to look at the ball while looking at the ball.
And see, I used to
now let me ask you this. Not to even cut you off. When you just said that, Donte, when you're swiping at the hand now, is there a certain point of time do you swipe at that hand to kind of keep it away from them refs? Because you know they be looking. So do you kind of just track that ball, kind of put that hand in they plate and kind of feel where that hand is at? Where do you how do you really kind of know when to feel the swipe at that hand?
So let me see. I would say you could really slap at anybody's hand as long as you're not like you're just running with somebody like this and they're just moving their hand. You can just keep on slapping at their hand, and it's gonna keep on slowing them down. Right. So the refs aren't looking for you to be slapping someone's hand. They're gonna be looking for you like to actually grab somebody and clips and grab their jersey or try to hold their hand or something like that to slow them down. But as long as you're just running and trying to stay and strive, make it look natural. You should be fine. Yeah.
And that's why
make it look natural. Exactly.
A good cheater. And that sounds bad when I say it like that, but it's like I go watch him, man. I used to do the same thing where you make it look natural. You make it seem like you just kind of battling, but you actually kind of slowing their momentum. That's how you take away speed, man. It's so many people don't even know the technical details like that. That makes a tremendous difference in corner, so I'm real serious, man. Like, listen to everything he's saying and then go back and watch film on some of our guys, and you go see
you keep on showing Anthony Brown too.
I'm showing both of them, man. I'm showing both of them, man.
We got a replacement for Anthony Brown, y'all. We got a replacement for he ain't being shady, he being real. We got a replacement for Anthony Brown, y'all. We got our Anthony Brown replacement right here. Donte Martin.
I ain't got no problems with my homie J. Lou, man. I ain't got no problem with the big homie.
Well, I ain't got no problem with J. Lou, but let's keep it real. And I ain't no dissing no Anthony Brown because he's playing in the NFL, and Donte has not played in the NFL yet. But I ain't seeing no bad if Anthony Brown ain't on the team and we had some Donte Martin. I wouldn't feel all just mad right now. Come on.
Me neither. I ain't gonna lie. I was watching this tape. I was like, man, this
y'all better go watch this. I'm about to go. Hey, look, I'm about to watch even more. Like I said, I got that all 20. I'm gonna watch even more and be like, hey, guess what? When we be doing them college drafts, I'm be like, and Mr. Donte Martin.
And Mr. Donte, listen, he's playing on that upfield shoulder. You can see, watch the time as that ball in the air. Whoop, another swipe came down with it. Up right there, interception to the house. Shit, let's go, man.
So let me ask you this right quick, Donte. What's some individual goals for you can definitely throw out a team goal for your team, but what's an individual goal for you that you want to kind of make happen this season?
I'll start on my team goals first because I feel like that's most important. So I would say my team goal is, honestly, I can see us going undefeated this season, but the only team I see us not I feel like we'll struggle with Texas A&M if we allow ourselves to struggle with Texas A&M. If we beat ourselves, then that would be the issue. But I feel like we have enough talent and we worked hard enough on the off season, even during spring and now, to go undefeated during the season. And I would say my individual goals this season is to win the Jim Thorpe Trophy, be first team All-American, and probably lead the nation in picks.
I like it. What's a number for you?
I would say 1 pick a game. So I would say at maximum on the season 10.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Hey,
he
had some chances.
If you do that,
too,
dog,
man. We talked about that before the show. He had some chances at it. Ooh,
yeah,
it was a couple of them where you batted it down. It was the difference between batting it down and just going forward. Like literally, it was almost like I'm giving you a slight pass. It was like, I'm a freshman. Don't give up nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now it's like, man, let's go all the way now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking, and when you watch him, when you go back and review him, y'all look him up on YouTube. Just look up his name. He gonna come right up. What you go see, the main
look at the 2019 tape.
Yeah. And the main thing you're gonna see on the highlight is you're gonna see not panicking, and it's another thing I want to talk about that is you seem to play with what I call speed control, to where you're not really running at top speed. It seems like that's how you're able to control your momentum. I want you to kind of talk about that a little bit.
So I feel like nobody can really come out your break at full speed if you're going that fast. So I just tend to slow down, knowing that I'm one of the fastest players on the field. So I know someone's not going to beat me off their pure speed. So I just slow myself down. And if I know your route, I'm definitely going to try to sit on you and go slow the whole time.
And listen, I'm laughing big because he is talking perfectly technical corner. Like, this is a student. You obviously
y'all need to rewind
man.
this tape. There's some good stuff. I appreciate KMT bringing you on, dog, because you really see the thing that we like doing when we have our interviews with former players, current players. We want to always talk about, what they are actually seeing on the field, technique, what's actually being done. So everybody on the outside may be able to see it. So like what Boss was talking about, when you actually can go back and watch the tape and we're talking about these things, you can go back and watch it yourself. And then when you cornerback, be like, okay, well, they're not doing this. And so this is what we like doing. We like bridging that gap so we can actually bring the players here so they can actually tell the game themselves, not just us always talking about it ourselves, bring actual players on here so they can actually school the people. You're schooling me myself. I'm sitting there listening to you, soaking up all kind of good knowledge from you. You know what I mean? It's going to make me watch even more tape about you, but that's the good thing we like doing. Now, I don't know do you have a favorite NFL team? Do you have anybody, if you are happen to get drafted in the NFL, which I definitely think you will, do you have any kind of team that you would like to set your eyes on? Or I know everybody says, I'll play for anybody. I just want to be in the league. But dog, there might be a few teams that you say, I wouldn't mind playing for them.
Yeah, my favorite team is the New Orleans Saints, and that's who I would.
Oh, yeah, KMT already bet it.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want you playing for them Saints because we be playing the Saints, dog. We don't need all that kind of drama. So you just go ahead and say you like the Saints, but you want to play with the Cowboys.
Why the Saints?
Why the Saints? So when I was growing up watching football, everybody in my family likes the Cowboys. Like everybody. So then I when I was watching, I like to pick the opposite of what they like or what anybody in my family really likes, because they like. I forgot who they liked in basketball. Who was their team in basketball? I don't know, but I know my team in basketball is the Celtics, and then I went with the Saints on and for the NFL because they like the Cowboys, and then for baseball is the Red Sox, and they like the Yankees.
So he going polar opposite of everything they go against.
And I always want to know your reasons, because some people have real good reasons. Like, I'm from this city, or it's a family thing. You know, it's nothing wrong with people having a preference of a team. You know, because but whoever signed you, obviously, that's gonna be your new team. But it was one more thing. It just skipped my mind.
See, that's what happens when you get older, dog. You lose that train of thought, man. But that's all right. I'm gonna hold it down for you.
It was something that had to do with his technique, and I was literally go just wait through that whole awkward silence just to get it, because it had something to do with it.
So, hey, while he's thinking about this, Donte, I didn't get to check out your schedule. You said you played Texas A&M. Who do you think is going to be your hard? I got a twofold question. Who is the hardest team you think, well, one of the toughest matchups you're going to be this year? I hear what you're saying about Texas A&M, and if I'm reading it, what you're saying is don't be worried about it because they're Texas A&M. We got this game. Don't let us allow the statue of Texas A&M get bigger than the game. We're better than them. We can go in there. We can beat them. Let's not look at that Texas A&M thing, if that's where I'm getting on that. And then on the second thing, what was one of the toughest quarterbacks you actually faced where, man, this dude is good. I really got to be on my game. He knows how to look off. He knows how to be able to pick apart our defense. He's real smart. He looks like he can see our scheme. Name somebody that kind of stood out to you as far as a quarterback as well.
See, all the quarterbacks that I have played that have stood out to me have got drafted, like Jordan Love and did Ian Booker get drafted, or he's still there, isn't it? I know the name.
I think Ian Booker did he?
I can't remember.
Tell me about Jordan Love, right? Tell me about Jordan Love, right quick, because that's good that you brought him up, because you got Aaron Rodgers over there, and Jordan Love is there, and everybody was like they reached when they drafted him a few years ago. What do you think about Jordan Love? Do you think he has the potential to be able to take over some reins at Green Bay, or you said you faced him? What do you think about him?
I think he does, because I got to see him 2 seasons. The first season when we played him over there at Utah State, I got the travel, but I didn't play. But I saw him. I seen how he puts the ball on the money, and then when he played against us, I believe he had, I forgot how many touchdowns he had on us, but he can definitely put the ball in a spot where it's hard for the defender to reach. I guess most likely could say, and his timing is, I would say, probably the best out of all the quarterbacks I have faced. He knows when to throw that ball.
I remember.
Aaron Rodgers. Okay, there you go. See, that's what I saw you got to do.
Because it was on my notes, and I knew it. Okay, here it is. When I look at you, my comp to you is Chris Harris. To me, that's to me the almost perfect style of your game. Who would you comp yourself to in the NFL today, or who would you say is a pretty good model of your game?
Ooh, okay. I would say, y'all had actually brought up Jordan Lewis, and that's what I felt. That's what I felt like I played the most like. Honestly. Yeah.
Hey man, a lot of people gonna like you for that, brother.
Yeah, you already. A lot of people gonna like you for that, bro. You should have never said that, dog. Now he said Jordan Lewis. Now everybody be like, hey man, he said Jordan Lewis. We need him. We're gonna get this dude. Because I mean, man, the biggest thing that we say, we love Jordan Lewis. I just did a tape on him. Boss did tape on him. The main reason, I've interviewed Jordan a couple times. One of the main reasons why I love Jordan Lewis was because of his attitude and the way he plays. He plays with no fear. He doesn't care who you are. He doesn't care if you're one of the best players on the field. He doesn't compare. He doesn't matter if you're the worst player in the field. He's going to play you the same. You get what I'm saying? And if I'm looking at you, and from what I can tell from your attitude, you're not going to slip on nobody. You're not going to look at, he's one of the top receivers, I'm going to come with my A game. You're going to come like that A game no matter who's in front of you, because you're trying to lock down and shut everybody down so they know about who Martin is. You get what I'm saying? So I really am excited about that comparison. I'm really excited to see
Yeah,
what you're
that's a
going to
good
do
one.
this year. Best of luck to you,
Damn good one.
especially with this Texas A&M game. I'm definitely going to be watching that game. You know what I'm saying? Because you
Mhm.
already said it. Team, don't be going out there spooked about these guys. We're going to go out there and handle their business. So I'm definitely going to be keeping my eyes on that Texas A&M game. And now, you know what's even more exciting, boss? That we got to talk to them before the season.
Yeah.
So now we get blessed by talking to him not after the season, but before the season. So we actually get to watch him some more and see how he trajects going into the NFL. Now, one last thing I'm going to ask before you get up out of here. Let's say you have one of those type years. Let's say you have a pretty decent year. You know, let's say you get about maybe around 45 tackles, about 6-7 pass breakups. Let's say you get about 4 picks.
8.
You're really going to be looking at I know, I'm just saying low number. I'm just saying. Would you say I need one of those outstanding type seasons to maybe declare for the NFL since you're a junior? Or, you know, you just how would you what would go into how you would play about the NFL draft after this season?
I would say, I would say I would definitely need to have. I wouldn't even say one. I would say I had to say 2 outstanding seasons, just because I'm
Mm-hmm.
playing in the Mount West. I'm in a group of 5. I'm not like a Power 5 cornerback. So I
Mm-hmm.
guess you could say like the scouts will see that we're not playing the same type of talent. We're not playing talented receivers as Power 5 cornerbacks would be playing every
Mm-hmm.
week. So that could be an issue. So I feel like 2 with me leading or being at least top 10 in all my stats
Mm-hmm.
for those 2 years.
Okay. You got anything else, boss?
Yeah. What's your thought process when you face receivers?
So when lining up on the field, honestly, I do all my thinking pregame or just during the week. When I go out the field, I just like to play and react. So when I'm practicing during the week, I tend to practice things that I know I'm gonna be using in the game, and I'm already knowing it's like since my redshirt year, the game has slowed down a lot, and the more the film you watch and the more reps that you get, the game goes a lot slower. See, like when I first came in to college, it felt like the game was moving at the speed of light, but now it feels like it was moving when I was in high school. So
Yeah, because I was, because I was looking at your highlight, and just from looking at your highlight, I'm not going to fake the funk like I fully broke you down yet, but I did grade what I saw. We talked about it. I was just thinking about, like, with receivers, they basically trying to take a house that you want for your parents. They the enemy. They the true enemy to what you're trying to do. And I'm just glad that you already got a good name. They already putting awards behind you. But that's what I was thinking when I was thinking about you versus receivers, is those guys trying to take his dream away of getting his family, a cash house.
yeah,
If I just want to put a little key in your back. You know what I mean? That's what
yeah, I feel
that's
what
what they
you're
are
saying.
to you, man. And just go out there and just put that little extra fire in yourself and get it, because you got it. You know what I'm saying? That was my final word.
Yep, definitely. And just one last final word, because we always do final word.
I know.
But but just my final word is, like I said, stay healthy. I know you had COVID last year, but like I said, stay healthy. We wish the best for you. Hopefully, maybe we can talk to you again after the season, see how the season goes, and do the after season kind of interview and see what we're looking like after that. But like I said, big ups to you for your season. Hopefully you get that undefeated season like that you guys want. And then, like I said, I'm really just looking forward to your matchups and really just watching you play. And one of the key things that you were saying to me is that a lot of people should see is film study. That's what stood out to me, what you were talking about, film study. Film study is huge, because if you ain't studying that film, because so many people take that for granted, because there ain't a lot of players that do be doing that film study, dog. A lot of them just kind of rely on that ability, and they don't really kind of devil in that film. And you can see the players that study film, and you can see the players that kind of don't. So Continue to do that. And like I said, we really appreciate your time taken out for us, giving us this awesome and great interview. Shout out to my dog KMT for bringing you up to me and then us making this happen. And hopefully we can definitely do this again, man. And like I said, salutes to you, and I wish you the best on this upcoming season.
I appreciate it.
For people that want to find
I will
you,
be back.
what would be maybe something that you would feel comfortable where people could follow you?
You can follow me both on my Twitter, which is, I believe it is Donte Martin _8, and then on my Instagram it's just Hoodie Donte.
So, and just also, we do have a special guest coming up Tuesday. We're not gonna say it quite yet, but it is confirmed. It is locked. It's gonna be the kickoff of training camp. And you know, Big Game James, he wasn't lying when he said we do final words. I do really want y'all to go back and rewatch this. I really want y'all to listen to Donte, listen to the technical breakdowns of what he was doing, and then also compare that to what you see. Big Game James already talked about it. I'm gonna go ahead and spill it. He gonna do a 22 breakdown of Donte, you know. So you gonna be able to look at the interview, then we gonna be able to also look at him perform at a viewpoint that shows everything. But really go compare him to what you see. And I think that Jordan Lewis comp was dead on. When you look at his arms, you look at his height, when you look at how he plays, Jordan Lewis doesn't panic. They do have similar game. I think that's a perfect comp. So I'm sorry, Big Game. You know I had another final word, bro, so I got to give you one more.
No, you good, because I was looking at here, man. You're from Oxnard?
Yeah.
See, man, boss, he's from Oxnard. He need to be with the Cowboys, dog. We gonna be at training camp, and he's from Oxnard, bro. Like, I'm just checking, dog. I'm being Oxnard in a week for training camp, and he's from man. Okay, Donte, now you playing with the Cowboys now, dog. I done found out where you from. Now you got no choice.
Man, this is the only way he gonna play for the Cowboys.
This the only way he gonna play. He ain't playing for nobody else.
He gonna play, bro.
Come on,
is
dog.
Jay Lou got a ball out this year. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna tell the truth. Jay Lou got a ball out this year, man. Jay Lou, if you want them to get off the silly, we only like 6'1" corners, man, just shut them up this year. And I think Jay go do it, so we can really take serious looks at other quality prospects to come in here and compete. Because we all know, I'm not going to tease Donte like that, like, you know, we like them his size. No, we don't. But Jay Lou can shut that up, because at some point, your play will make them say, you know what, get off that dumb philosophy, man. Let's just get the player. And I'm praying all day, Jay. I'm praying for Jay Lou first, so that then we can be very serious about people like Donte. I'm dead ass serious.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hold on. You know I do. Hold on. When I do that, you see, you know what I'm saying? All right. That truly was the final word, I think.
Yeah, that was the final word. We appreciate everybody. We're going to let Donte go first and talk a little bit, or we all going to go at one time?
Oh, no. I'm done for real this time. It's on Donte. I'm really on.
All right. Well, hey. Okay. Well, we're going to be out. It ain't no final word, but I had one little thought on my head when we were talking about this Cali thing, man.
What's that, G?
When are you going back home, Donte?
Oh, I don't go. Nah, I'm not home. I'm in New Mexico, but I don't go home until December. So
dang.
Yeah.
So do you want it? You like you strictly like a warm weather place?
Yeah, all my family from Texas, so. And I believe everybody's about to move back to Texas too. So I'm more of a being in the heat, but I can only sleep in the cold though. So I always gotta have the AC on. That's the only thing about it.
All right. Well, like I said, this is the actual final word. Donte Martin is coming to the Cowboys. He's from Cali. He's from Oxnard. His family loves the Cowboys, even though he liked the Saints. His whole family liked the Cowboys. They all live in Texas. Doggone it, we just had the interview with them. We're just going ahead and send the tape to the Cowboys and get ready. All right, so just get ready for your jersey. All right, dog. Just get ready for it. Don't be mad. And then when you get drafted, guess who you gonna have that interview with first when you with the Cowboys?
You.
Man. Yeah, man, but you're a good player, man. Best of luck, for real. You're a good
Yes,
player.
sir.
I appreciate it.
You really just
appreciate
almost just need to maintain what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? But man, you attack that ball, they not gonna be able to ignore you. They not.
Yeah.
So anyway. All right, man.
All right, well, that's the final word, man. We'll be talking to you Tuesday. We got that special guest. Boss will let the cat out the bag. You'll get a good slideshow of it, but you definitely will be excited about you will definitely be excited about Tuesday. Don't let everybody be on the hush hush, and let's just get ready for it, because it's going to be exciting. Final word Tuesday as we get ready for camp starting next week, man. It's finally here, and it's enough of the talk.
I just wanna run it up.
Can we check or something?
I've been really in the field, let up, yeah. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Yeah. Kinda check or something.
Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Count that too, count it up, count it up.
Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Reverend now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit.
I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it.